New Orleans Saints taking on the Carolina Panthers.
It is always a celebration here in New Orleans, and we are just outside of the French Quarter at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Carolina Panthers and the New Orleans Saints. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure you're back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
From the 30 on second down, Mayfield from left side going to be taken in by Harris. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 16 yards, a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
First down, Mayfield. Oh, comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
Throwing again, Mayfield on 2nd and 10. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. The screen does get him 9, but it also brings up a 4th down. How about this for an opening drive decision? You got 4th and short, just outside of field goal range in all likelihood. What do?
I'm going for it. I've got to go get it right now. I want to establish a tone. It's early in the game. I want to let my offense know that I believe in them. And you know something else? I let my defense know I believe in them also by taking that gamble. If we don't get it, it's okay. You guys will cover for me.
So here are the Panthers backed up to start their initial drive. And leading them, Charles, their quarterback, their field general.
So this is what we find out about the game plan and the trust factor, don't we? In this situation, the natural thing is take care of the ball, run it inside, everyone cover it. Just, get yourself some room and let your punter punt it out of there. But when you've really got a QB you can trust, you might want to take a little shot early and try and create some space.
A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. Off play action. Knight. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
Off the play fake. Knight. Able to get this to Gordon. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A gain of 37.
A gain of 37 yards. First down, Panthers.
Operating from the gun, Knight. And he whips that one incomplete there. The intended receiver there was Jonnu Smith. And it's second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers.
Number 4.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
So now the Panthers making the decision. They're going to go for 2. They're going to try and run. And he will get in to make it 8-0.
And makes the score Panthers 8, Saints nothing. Michael Badgley set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard.
New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
First play of the drive there is incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. From the gun, Mayfield. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Harris has it over the middle. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Another Saints first down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Mayfield now from the 50. From the left side, complete. That's Harris. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Right back to him for 10 more and a first.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
Brought down back at the 43-yard line.
Now on 2nd and 13. Mayfield. That's complete into the hands of Carson.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. Now Mayfield on 4th down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. He's at the 30. 10, 5. A great pick. Nice return, but you know he's just beating himself up inside for not getting all the way in.
No doubt about it, because he had visions of end zone in his mind. Going to be the total hero. But we did see there the emphasis on it's not just good enough to pick it off anymore. Bring it back, get the yardage, and really help out your offense.
And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. It's their quarterback, keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Panthers add on to their lead. He hit him earlier in this first quarter with his arm. Now he does it with his legs.
Right now, he's one of those stat stuffers that you see on the basketball court. You know, the guy with points, rebounds, assists, steals. One with the arm, one with the legs. Let's see if he can continue this pace.
And sending out the reminder that, yeah, look, I'm known for having an arm, but I can do it with the legs on occasion when I need to. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
25-yard line.
Baker Mayfield leads the offense out for their next possession. And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result. And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. Well, they weren't able to in this situation. Now he's got to go out and atone for it himself, but he can't force things.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
To Deontay Harris. That's a gain of 9. Makes it
Mayfield from the gun on third down. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 10 yards, good for a Saints first down.
10 at the 40-yard line.
They run it with Carson. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up second and 11 at the 40-yard line.
On second and 11 now. Mayfield throwing the out route incomplete. That's Harris. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. He's already topped his receiving output from a week ago, and we're just in the first quarter, as that's a first down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
The tackle made.
13 yards remaining on second down. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. It's caught left side by Cooks. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Harris. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 22-yard line. 15-0 our score. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Saints nothing.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Mayfield. Wide open receiver complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Saints get a bit closer.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Extra point splits the uprights, and this is back to an 8-point game. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10.
The Carolina offense about ready to go. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Off play action. Knight. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Off the play fake. Knight. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Stevens. Touchdown, Carolina. A big play fifth touchdown, tying Emmitt Smith for the fifth most in one season. And the Panthers add on to their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. So they elect to pass there on the 2-point try. Sometimes could prove risky there. It worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky, because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
Taken about 7 yards deep, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
Baker Mayfield leads the offense out for their next possession. A lot of the problems have been on the other side of the ball. Is that frustrating for a quarterback who's been playing well?
It is, but there's no way that the best ones let their teammates know that. They actually take it upon themselves and say, okay, I have to do even more, or I need to play better. Maybe even say I put my defense in a bad spot. That's what true leadership shows you.
Yeah, well, he doesn't need to change much personally. Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. Gets this to his standout receiver, Thomas. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, give him 14.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Mayfield on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Mayfield. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
A gain of 4 brings up 3rd and 11.
Throwing. Mayfield. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Carolina getting set to take the field. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just given him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent, it's really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. A big play there. His 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. So not only is that his third touchdown catch of the game, he's done it here in the first half.
I'm not sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down, because already we're seeing him run past, over, through guys in order to make these catches. And being able to try and shut him down at this stage of the game, it's going to take a lot of effort. So maybe it'll open things up for some other people.
Well, they better figure something out, and soon.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
Chris Carson trotting back out there. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. This is Carson. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. Mayfield now. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give them 25 yards. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. Here's Carson. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
On 2nd and 12, Mayfield under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46.
That was their 3rd sack of the ball game. 2nd in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the 2nd spot pretty soon. Third and long for Mayfield. Now Mayfield lost the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers.
That's a down and distance coach is always talking about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long. And you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him. Sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did. Yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up. And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
Off play action. Knight. Being chased out left. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. The hit comes late. We saw it. There's your flag.
And we know that there's a guideline, right? Ball's gone. You get 1 step. If you're within 1 step of the quarterback, you can hit him as long as it's still done legally. But anything outside of that, looks like an extra step was involved.
This is caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That's good for a gain of 6. 2nd and goal.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a night.
He's got it for a Panther touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And this offense is running away with this one.
Okay, we need to double check here with Marvin because he keeps all of our good stats. But what I've got is 5 drives, 5 touchdowns, and they've got a nice, healthy lead.
Well, after the first drive, we thought things might be clicking. They're really clicking at this point. They're clicking about as much as they can click.
And right
I just
now,
said click a lot.
Yes, you did, but that's okay because the guy who's coordinating the defense, trying to slow them down,
Good luck.
he's going to have hair that looks like mine very soon. Not much of it.
The Panther offense staying put. They'll go for 2. Again, he'll drop to throw. And this is going to be caught. Well, Not sure about the need to go for two, but they get it and extend this lead out even further. So they go with a pass there on the two-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their two-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have two-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
Chris Carson trotting back out there. He's had a good chunk of carries. Problem is for very little success. I don't want to put it all on his shoulders, but that's a big reason they're losing right now.
Have to be very careful that he doesn't start pointing fingers. Offensive line obviously trying. The defense is doing a nice job against him today. When it's all said and done, it's all about the guy in the mirror. He has to get it done better going forward.
See if he can look and do some soul searching now. A first down throw from Mayfield. Over the middle, complete. It's Harris. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 31-yard line.
On second down now, it's Carson, and he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL, and all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Finding Harris over the middle. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
And they will bottle him up behind the line, and now will they use a timeout? Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. And no return here. This one's going inside the 15 to the 12-yard line.
1st and 10. At their own 12-yard line.
And the Panthers coming out now. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Off the play fake. Knight. Got Gordon open, completes it. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Off play action. Knight. Well, get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Off the play fake. Knight. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers.
Complete.
25 yards for the touchdown. And this offense continues to pour it on.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
And they're a perfect 5 for 5 now on 2-point conversions as he is in to get them 2 more.
Mike Badgley set to kick off.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number one. And they take a knee. The white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, let's take a look around the NFL here on this first Sunday of October. We'll get started up at Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati.
And just like that, on we head to half number 2. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone, and he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. And last time out, another touchdown. I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the road
true.
to be fairly clear
that
by
is
the
one
time we have to
positive.
leave the booth.
A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. There's that man again. It's complete. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. How about a 39-yard pickup? They'll take it.
The dynamic duo is doing damage in this one, and they've certainly been on point throughout. And they hook up again for another big play.
Off play action. Knight. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Devin Duvernay. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers just continue to pour it on. The touchdown all set up by the big play one snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play. Got the momentum going, right? That's you create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off. Personally, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked-off folks on the other sideline now.
At their own 25-yard line.
Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might...
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. It's now 3rd down and long.
To throw, Mayfield. That's incomplete, but there It's a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. There have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
And this third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Mayfield looks to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll go out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
A 41-yard punt there with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Off the play fake. Knight. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. So line of scrimmage still a 39 on 2nd and 10. To throw again. Knight. Able to get this to Gordon. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a 1st down.
Panthers.
Looking to throw. Knight. Past the 20. To Gordon, have left. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown.
Carolina.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that. Truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. They'll look to throw again. And he's got it. They add on more. A little salt in the wound. 2-point conversion makes this lead even bigger.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there. And sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
First down, Mayfield. Harris has it over the middle. And all the way down to the 29. A big play there on the catch and run. 46 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And this is caught at the 8. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. A good pickup there, a 22.
1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
From the gun, Mayfield. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. He was looking to go back to Cooks one more time, but it'll be 2nd and goal. Mayfield with it once more. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Baker Mayfield sacked.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Makes the score Panthers 63.
I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, Does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board. Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
Off play action. Knight. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
From the 39, Mayfield. Now Mayfield lost the football, and it's picked up by the Panthers.
I think what we just saw there with that fumble return is the increased emphasis on taking the ball away from another team. And no one wants to just fall on in football anymore, do they? They want to take it and try and score themselves.
But when you fall 1 yard short of getting in the end zone as a former defender, you know it hurts a little bit, doesn't it?
Not only does it hurt, the laughter in film is going to be intense. You are going to get jumped on for not making it all the way to the end zone.
Following the fumble recovery, Knight, and he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Panthers use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Well, that didn't take long. The turnover instantly almost turning into points.
And when that happens, a lot of teams have the mentality of let's strike right now. You've got them off balance after the turnover or the takeaway. Let's go get it. And that's exactly what they did.
They'll try and throw for it. And this is going to be caught. Well, not sure about the need to go for 2, but they get it and extend this lead out even further.
Well, I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
25-yard line.
Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Brings up 3rd down and 10.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 18 there, and the Saints have a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. This is complete to Michael Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL,
under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack.
For this offensive line, they're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of it. And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
At the 23-yard line.
Glad to be in the great city of New Orleans. Rolling along here in the third quarter. 2nd and 10. Off the option, he'll try and run with it. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now here live in New Orleans. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Open man is Duvernay. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 27 yards there on a very nice third down conversion. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And they're going to face a third down. Off the play fake. Knight. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. 27 yards there on a very nice third down conversion.
Really? Really? Did we just see that? That's a big catch. One-handed, I might add, to pick up a first down.
I was going to say on third down for the defense, it's one thing to give up a reception. You just got to shake your head on a one-handed catch to pick up the first. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd.
Another run here with Dobbins. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion, because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the fourth quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk about it, the more that you emphasize it, the more sometimes it comes true for your team.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Now this time he'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Snags it for the pick. And they'll have the football deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5. 1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. They'll begin the drive with Carson. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They run again with Carson, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up the 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here.
And it would seem as if their 3-game winning streak is about to go to 4, but still a little work to do as they start 1st and 10.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
He gets this underneath to Dobbins.
7 yards on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down. Off play action. Knight. Smith catches left side. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
1st down.
Off the play fake. Knight. Throw left side complete. It's Stevens. Touchdown, Carolina.
4. Touchdown.
Well, they just continue to roll. And, Charles, for you and I, we want the close games, but for them, it has to be so nice to enjoy this big cushion.
I can't remember the last time we saw them play this loose and have this much fun. I think they'd love to be able to capture this game, carry it with them from week to week, and be able to execute like this in all the rest of their games.
The Panther offense staying put. They'll go for 2. Someone moved. Flag is out. That's going to be 5 yards.
And that'll drive coaches crazy. You work all week on dealing with loud crowds, on dealing with motion, and then you have a guy jump.
Well, this O-line's been great. They've got the big lead, so give them a pass there, I guess.
Yeah, I would think so, because if we are grading them on their performance in this game, a lot of pluses in their boxes so far.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that will extend this big lead.
Mike Badgley set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The New Orleans offense set to take over. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
It's caught left side by Cooks. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 36.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
Mayfield.
Not much there, only a yard.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter is a good running back dive play.
He'll be taken down inside Carolina's 15. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 53 yards.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. Jumping all the way from the outside, maybe getting a little early start in the corner blitz.
And the only time it makes sense to get that penalty is exactly as you described. Otherwise, he should never get that penalty.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. And again, it's Mayfield. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. But it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd down and 5 yards to go.
Going to the air again with Mayfield. And he's got it. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 4. And that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. Mayfield to throw it. And that is caught. And they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
And there was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 8-yard line.
The Panthers about ready to take over. And it would appear that the open week a week ago came just at the right time as they have dominated the proceedings here into this 4th quarter.
Off play action. Knight. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Smith. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Back to throw. Knight. Throw left side complete. It's Smith. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Off the play fake. Knight. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Off play action. Knight. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Stevens. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone can stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that's leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
They're going to keep it on the ground. And they're just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more.
Saints 19.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. 3rd and long for Mayfield. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just
Just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
Brings up fourth down.
Here comes the Saints punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there. Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Elsewhere, they're on to the fourth quarter at MetLife Stadium. And the Giants, they wind up winning that one. If they hold on, a victory there would be their third of the year. Off the play fake. Knight. Throw left side complete. It's Stevens. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Michael Badgley set to kick off.
And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. Fourth quarter, it felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number, kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Mayfield. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Brings up 3rd down and 7.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Was a kicker from that distance, 56, 57 yards. So many things you got to worry about, but I am a little surprised he didn't get it there.
Yeah, with the way kickers are nowadays, we're surprised anything under 65 that it doesn't get at least to the crossbar. But remember this, you have to drive it a little bit lower in order.
And this is caught at the 20, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us, we're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
And he'll get into the end zone as the two-point conversion is successful.
Mike Badgley set to kick off.
Oh, I think the Panthers have got it. They did. Carolina football. Well, there you go. Just your everyday leading big, and you onside kick it with a lead. They got it. I mean, it worked, but interesting call.
I think because they have such a margin, they feel a little bit bolder about what they're doing. And it's not only just to try and increase their lead, but that's their way of saying we're in full control of this game, and we can kind of do what we want.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Off play action. Knight. Looking outside him, he's got a man. That's Stevens. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Carolina, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And they'll get another road date next week.